Chapter 6: The Rise of Civil Unrest and Lincoln's Election. The tea has been thrown overboard. The Revolution of 1860 has been initiated. Charleston Mercury. Just like modern times, there are those who seek to destroy existing norms in the name of civil rights. One such act of civil disobedience occurred on October 16th of 1856. John Brown raided Harper's Ferry, Virginia, where he sought to instigate a slave rebellion in the South. The plan was to capture arms and ammunition at the federal arsenal in Harper's Ferry and move south along the Appalachian Mountains, attracting slaves to his cause. He had no plan, but he did succeed in further splitting the North and the South. Brown's weird efforts were over in less than 36 hours, but his legacy lived on in the minds of both the North and the South. The North greeted Brown's activities with pride, and the South was shocked and outraged. The stage is now set for Lincoln's presidency. The South regarded Lincoln as one of the main supporters and admirers of John Brown, and his possible election to the presidency was objectionable. In 1860 in Charleston, South Carolina, the Democrats met to select their candidate for president. Northern Democrats believed that Stephen Douglas was the best candidate, and Southern Democrats labeled him as a traitor. Democrat delegates from the South thundered out of the convention and selected their candidate, Vice President John C. Breckinridge. Hooray for the Republicans! The Republicans felt that the turmoil in the Democratic Party gave them a chance to take the presidential election. All they needed to do was find the candidate who could carry the states of New Jersey, Illinois, Indiana, and Pennsylvania. There were many potential candidates, but Abraham Lincoln emerged as the favorite. He was a symbol of the frontier, hard work, integrity, and the American dream where a self-made man could rise triumphant. By the time the election was over, Lincoln had received 40% of the popular vote and 180 electoral votes. Percentages meant that 60% of the country wanted someone else as president. Lincoln defeated the Democrats, Breckinridge from the South, Bell and Stephen Douglas, Democrat from the northern states. This 60% was representative of the Southern vote. The question was, would the South accept Lincoln? This Day in History, 2014. Turn the page, and South Carolina was the first state to secede from the Union. Conventions opened, and state by state the Confederacy was born. Lincoln had only been elected for 3 months, and by Inauguration Day on March 6th of 1861, 7 states had left the Union. The South had established themselves a nation on February 1st, 1861, and by February 4th, delegates from the separated states met in Montgomery, Alabama to create and staff the Confederate States of America. The Confederate state declared Jefferson Davis as its president. Civil war was imminent. Attempting to avert the crisis, Senator James Henry Crittenden proposed to extend the 36.5 parallel line to the Pacific Ocean. It was offered that north of this line would be forever free, and the territory south of line would receive federal protection for slavery. Republicans refused to support this measure, and the nation held its breath for March 4th, Inauguration Day.